to those of you who heard my call to get your butts in these chairs at 8 o'clock this morning. I appreciate you. Everyone who now enters the room and sits down next to you gets a 3 to 5 second scolding about their inability to show up on time. What time is on time for a client? Early. All right, I'm super excited for this morning. I have not had liquid caffeine since the end of 1991. Thank you very much. This is just how I wake up. Pray for my family. Jay, I met at Celebration, as I told you, the first night. And it's a rarity that I meet a supplier who is this level of passionate about what they're doing. And like I said, when I saw Sam, David, Rob, Mike Parker, all over there giving credit cards, I'm like, I should pay attention to what this is. So I'm not going to take up any more of Jay's time. They do something really fun and exciting. They're going to give you a bunch of ideas to generate leads without spending any money. Who likes to generate leads without spending any money? All right, Jay, why don't you come on up here, and thank you for being here.
Nashville, Star Power, how you guys doing? Let's go. Top of the morning. Thank you so much, Amy. Star Power, this is the first time we've been here. Star Power is awesome. Meet tons of stars. You guys literally are rocking it out. My name is Jay with Pivo. Who's heard of Pivo here? We have so many stars hopping in, rocking and roll. Today we're going to talk about lead gen best practices in prospecting. I'm going to share with you guys, we train across the country thousands and thousands of agents across all the major brokerages, and we're going to talk about a little technique before your main session. I only have a short period of time that hopefully you can get some major takeaways, take some notes, take pictures, screenshots, whatever you want. I want you to walk away with some key nuggets on how to change your business starting tomorrow. Okay? Pivo is this little AI robot. We're out there, we're a vendor. The number one product in the real estate industry. NAR said this is a game-changing way to recession-proof your industry, your business. We partner with RE/MAX, Century 21, Compass. All the major brokerages want to put this little AI robot in the hands of every single agent for a reason. And I'm going to talk about what that is. But let's talk about you guys. What do you guys do for leads? What do you guys do for prospecting? How do you guys get clients? Come on. I know it's early. It's not that early. Community involvement. What else? Referrals. What else you guys do? I'm giving you guys hints on the slide. Door knock. Who door knocks here? Cold call. Who cold calls? Cold call those expireds. Canvassing, newsletters. Who advertises here? Spend some money on leads. Yes, we all do that, right? So I put on here realtors are creative, but I'm being sarcastic. You guys aren't creative because you guys have been doing the same damn thing for the last 50 plus years in this industry. I sit on new broker trainings for new agents, and they still teach agents, canvass your area, market, go get flyers, pass them out, door knock, cold call expireds, same thing. Does this happen in your neighborhood? You guys see bus benches? I live in Los Angeles, California, where the snowflakes are. We still see this in the neighborhoods, bus benches. You guys see this in your markets? Yes or no? What about this? I'm shopping for my milk and eggs at Vons and Sherry Pearlstein's guilty mugs looking at me the whole time. Contact me, Jay. I'm the local market expert. Shopping carts. Who sees this on shopping carts in your area? You guys do. Agents still do this. What about this? Advertising. Who advertises here? Newspaper, church's newsletter. You guys do this type of stuff? A lot of agents do these things. What about passing out flyers? Canvassing. You guys do those? Passing out your merch, your pens, pumpkins on Halloween, calendars. Old school. Agents still do this stuff. In my neighborhood, real estate agents are a commodity, or you guys are a dime a dozen. Every other block, there's a flipping real estate agent soliciting me to sell my home every other day. I get 5 to 10 pieces of mail on my doorstep every single other day from a real estate agent. Similar flyer, they all use the same printer. Beautiful picture of themselves 20 years ago. I would never recognize them if I met them in real life. Contact me, I'm the local market expert. Agents are still doing this. What do I do with those flyers? Put them together with my Carl's Jr. coupons, down the trash. Never look at them one bit. Not effective to build brands. Static content, static type of advertising is losing its effectiveness. Studies show. Okay? Where do real estate agents rank in the list of professions? I hate this slide, but you know what? I got to talk about it. Where do they rank in terms of trusted ethics in the professional industry? We got nurses, doctors, pharmacists that rank very high. What about very low? Real estate agents are ranked just slightly above a used car salesman in terms of building trust to consumers. I hate this narrative. It doesn't have to be this way. You know why it's this way? Because the way you market. You're aggressive, you're in people's face. Yes, you got to do that. That's important. But there's a better way, and you're going to change that today. Do you guys get on digital? Who's on the digital bandwagon here? Who has a website? Raise your hand. Good. Get a website. It's important to get a website. It's inexpensive, $10, $20, $30. You can hop on these platforms, choose an awesome template, beautifully designed, connect through IDX to your MLS, and now you got an awesome website. People can go on your website and search for homes in your local area. That's awesome. You got to do that. It's inexpensive. However, when someone Googles your name, does your website pop up on the first page of Google? Can people find you? You may not pop up on the first page, on the 5th page, on the 10th page of Google. How many buyers statistically go on a real estate agent's website and search for homes? Give me some numbers. Talk to me. Any? Less than 1/10 of consumers go on a real estate agent's website to search for homes. Now, you need to have one because you're going to put your website on your business cards, flyers. When you network, people funnel them through. There's techniques to do that. However, you want beyond your sphere. Today, I'm going to talk about beyond your sphere of influence, okay? Your sphere is going to go on your website, sure, but you want new consumers, new clients to hop on your website, but you can't be found. You can't be found. So you're going to do what? You're going to do some social media classes, you're going to feel empowered, and you're going to boost some ads. Let's get on Facebook ads. Let's get some Google ads, drive some inorganic traffic to my website. I'm here to tell you, don't do that. You're going to dump your money down the trash because 99% of real estate agents who do this are not going to see the results. Cost of acquiring a customer online is very, very expensive. Return on investment is very low, highly competitive in your industry, okay? So what are you going to do? Jay, what the heck am I going to do this year? You're going to focus on one thing. You're going to focus on a technique called virtual farming. And that starts with making content. Making little bits of commercials. You're going to learn how to make 15-second commercials every single day for people in your area, your neighborhood, your market, your region that you work to see every single day. Dynamic content. This guy makes content all the time. 7 million views. Come on, brother. Making content. And when I say content and commercials, I use the word commercials. Why? Because really what it is videos. But when I say the V word, the hairs in the back of agents' neck stand up. Damn, I'm not good at video. Video, I'm scared to death. I don't like the way I look on camera. I'm camera shy. I know I got to do video, but you know what? I'm not good at it. Okay? But you're going to do it because virtual farming, this technique is free. Costs you nothing. I'm going to tell you why this is so important right now. What the online platforms have done to enable you to thrive and succeed. It's cheap, it's effective, and sustainable if you follow the right path. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to build awareness. Building awareness means establishing yourself as a domain expert, letting everyone know who you are and what you do. And that starts with making content. Static content is losing its effectiveness. Dynamic content builds relationships. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. We pull buyers with NAR. We partner with almost every single state association and NAR to do studies. We ask buyers and sellers, would you rather do business with an agent that gives you pens, merch, calendars, magnets on your refrigerator, or an agent that you see them in action working consistently? 100% of them say they want to see an agent in action. They don't care about your merchandise, okay? So you're going to make content. Well, how do you make content? How are you going to do that? We recommend agents make 1, 2, up to 5 little commercials, videos, I said it, every single day. This is where people are like, whoa, Jay, hold on a second, man, hold on. I don't make 1 video a year. You're telling me to make 1 a day? Are you crazy? How am I going to do that? I'm trying to save deals. I'm dealing with buyer agency. I'm dealing with pesky sellers. I am driving around all day long like an unpaid volunteer showing homes all day. How in the world am I going to make a video every single day? That's where this little device comes in, this little robot. Okay? I'm going to show you how this works. Ken, can you connect over? This little AI robot connects to your phone, and it completely changes everything because we built in our AI technology. I have it on screen. Connects to your phone, tablet, any device, and literally it turns this into a virtual cameraman. Everywhere that I go, I walk, this little thing is following me and zooming in on me, and it makes all of my content. Fire the videographer. That feels good. I'm sorry, videographers. Feels good to say from the real estate industry. So, a couple things you're going to do. Number 1, you're going to do property walkthrough videos. Who does property walkthrough videos here? Raise your hand. Shame on you who didn't raise your hand. You guys are professionals. Who goes to broker previews, caravans, and open houses? We all do. You better. You guys are real estate agents. You guys visit homes. Put this in the middle of every home you go to for 2 minutes. You're going to walk and talk and make a property walkthrough video. Hey guys, this is Jay, local market expert out here in Nashville. Did you know this brand new listing just came on the market? 3-bedroom, 2-bath, $750,000, 123 Broadway. I bring properties to you the moment it hits the market. All I'm doing is walk in and talking, show the granite countertops, crown molding. This little device is going to track me and make all of my content. Click a button, load to YouTube, all my social media, click of a button. You're going to do that. Number 2 thing you're going to do is you're going to make little bitty commercials. Every day you're going to make little bitty commercials. On what, Jay? What am I going to do a little commercial on? Well, we're going to guide you. This little tool and this little device will guide you because we know what's trending at any given time. We do hashtag research. Our team knows and we prepare scripts for you. What's your name, ma'am? Kathy. Kathy comes to our training. We're giving Star Power agents free training every Mondays for life. You come to our Zoom training for life. That's our commitment to the real estate industry, and you will learn. Kathy comes to our training. We say, Kathy, right now, rate buy downs are trending. Within the next hour, say this. And what we do is we deliver a script right to you on your phone. Right to you on your phone. And all you're going to do is you're going to look at the screen and you're going to flip and read. If you know how to read and you know how to talk, you're going to crush it. Hello, everyone. I'm Jay. Today, I'll be discussing how to lower your mortgage payments through a process called the rate buy down. Rate buy down is a strategy where you can pay an upfront fee to reduce your mortgage rate temporarily, leading to lower monthly payments. By understanding the benefits of potential savings of a rate buy down, you can make informed decisions, manage your mortgage effectively. Stay tuned for a deeper dive on how sellers can subsidize your interest rates, lower your monthly payments. I'm going to give you tips. Follow me, and you're going to learn. And all you're going to do is just read, and this thing will share, click a button, load to every single online platform for you. You don't do a darn thing, but click 2 buttons. This thing sprinkles you everywhere. We're going to teach you how to geofence your market, and it's going to algorithmically start landing your commercials daily into feeds in your neighborhood. People are going to watch your commercials on their device because this is a walking billboard. How many hours do you think a human being spends on this device? 8 to 10 hours a day. They're on their device. Check your screen time. 8 to 10 hours a day. You don't need to be on a billboard, on a bus bench. For God's sakes, not on a flyer. You just need to be on this device and you will crush it. I'm training, and I've said this to many of you, I'm not joking, I'm training 80, 85-year-old agents at Keller Williams RE/MAX Compass to do this technique. They don't know what the heck they're doing. Their grandkids are like, Grandma, what the hell are you doing online? They're doing this every single day. They make their cup of coffee, they make their 15-second commercial, go on their way. Make their cup of coffee every morning. Do your Pivo script 15 seconds a day. That's all you're going to do. Within 30 to 60 days, you're going to see the amount of leads that you get. They're so damn busy, they're handing out leads in their office because people in their neighborhoods are watching them, connecting with them. What is the sphere of influence, guys? What is sphere of influence marketing? What is that? Okay, marketing to everyone that you know. Marketing to everyone that you know. My definition of sphere of influence marketing is squeezing every ounce last of blood from your previous clients, from your family and friends, spamming them, reminding them, bonbon, your CRM, emailing them constantly, telling them, reminding them, hey, I sold you a home, send me a deal. They already know who you are. You already tell your family and friends, every chance you get, you're a real estate agent, send me some clients. Most people's spheres aren't big enough. You can't squeeze any more blood from that turnip, okay? Period. That's just a guarantee. In today's market, you need to expand your sphere well beyond your imagination. And virtual farming through network effects builds relationships for you with people that you don't even know. People are watching your content. Hundreds and thousands of people in their local neighborhood are watching our agents' content, building relationships. Hey, I'm looking to refinance my home. You said something really interesting the other day I saw. Can I contact you? I got a brother who's looking to relocate out here. You got some really good tips on your videos. I love what you said the other day. Can I contact you? You're going to see how you're going to reap the benefits of building relationships for free with people that you don't even know in your area and beyond. Okay? So you're going to build awareness. Make content, use this little device, sprinkle you everywhere. You're gonna make property walkthrough videos like this. Easy breezy. This would cost $200, $300, $400, $500 if you hired a videographer every single property you go to shoot you, capture, download, edit, post for you. You don't need to do that. She's using a Pivo device, walks around, dynamically pans, makes a video, snips it, uploads instantly, literally takes a matter of minutes, saving you thousands of dollars from doing this. You're going to do short form content. You're going to do short form content, the little bitty commercials I talked about. Why is this important? Because the algorithms in all these platforms, all the online platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, they're all changing to benefit you. They're rewarding you for what's called UGC. UGC stands for user generated content. The more content you make, your social score increases. Did you know we all have a social score with these platforms? Scary as hell. Scary as hell. It's like the credit score. We don't know how it works. It's nebulous. But what we do know is the more content you make, little bitty commercials, your score goes up. Your score goes up over a short period of time. They're going to bring you more and more viewers. Facebook, half of Facebook users are professed to be fake. Elon Musk almost didn't buy Twitter. Why? Because of fake accounts and bots. So these platforms are like, we need human beings, real life human beings making content, whatever type of content. And the more content they make, the more visibility we're going to give them. Because our content, our little videos we make them gazillions of dollars. They make tons of ad revenue from our content. So they want you to make more content to make them more money. Okay? Let's leverage that, real estate agents. Let's leverage that. 100% of home searches start where? Online. So you need to be online. Look at what's happening. Look at what's trending online. Hashtag real estate, 22 billion views. Hashtag real estate agent, 2.2 billion views. Hashtag real estate hacks, 635 million views. Home styling, 700 million views and counting. Real estate tips, 500 million views. Real estate is the top 3 things people are looking at online. Top 3. The other 2 I'm not going to talk about. I think you know what that is. Top 3 things people are looking at online. It's like Cribs back in the day. Remember that movie? Remember that show on MTV? Come to my 20-bedroom home. People love that. Addicted to that. That's what's happening. You know what this phenomenon is called? Property porn. Property porn, that's what's happening right now. Property porn is real. House porn is real. Online obsession. This is what's happening online. People are addicted to watching property content constantly for hours. Agents who understand this and leverage this and do what we tell them to do for 15 seconds. If you can't invest 15 seconds into speaking into a screen, you need to ask yourself if you want to continue doing this work. It's not hard. I'm not telling you to go door knock. I'm not telling you to, hey, man up, go out there and door knock. No, I'm telling you to spend 15 seconds a day to do this, and you will see the miraculous change in your business simply by doing this for free. It's like if Kathy, your local cable network, came to you and say, Kathy, I'm going to give you a free 30-second commercial every single day. Are you going to take them up on it? Heck yeah, you are. It's free advertising. That's what's happening. These platforms, people don't watch TV. They're on this, watching YouTube. They're on social media, checking email, text, constantly 8 hours a day. These platforms are saying, we will give you free advertising for free. Real estate agents, please, stars, take advantage of this situation. Second thing, I want you to take a capture or take notes. The other way you're going to increase your social score, not just by making content, you're going to engage with other people's content. Engage with other people's content. 10-10-5 rule, real quick, my time's up. 10-10-5 rule, take a picture of this. Every single day, when you're on your social media, Facebook, Instagram, MySpace, whatever it is, that was a joke. Whatever platform that you're on, you're going to like 10 posts. You're just going to go through your feed, funny cat video, like. That's what you're going to do 10 times, take 10 seconds. That's all you're going to do. Ideally, not someone you follow already, like your kids or grandkids. You're liking all their videos. Scroll through your feed, like. Second, bots can like, bots can't comment. The second 10 is you're going to like 10 and you're going to write a single word comment on those posts. You see a funny cat video, like, hit comment, write cute. That's it. Next one. Like, comment, awesome. Like, comment, fire. Like, comment, fantastic. Congrats. Whatever it is, one word. You're going to do this 10 times. Last 5 reposts. You see something you like, repost it. Not as important. The first 2 10s, guys, are crucial. I'm giving you a nugget right now because we partner with the social platforms. I'm literally handing you a magic formula. You do this every day, you're going to see your social score rise, and you're going to see them position you more and more in your communities. People are just going to watch your commercials more and more. We're turning real estate agents into their local market influencers. I'm not talking about I'm giving you 50 million followers like Kim Kardashian. You don't need that. A real estate agent just needs to be seen by a few hundred more people in their community, and you will have more business than you know what to do with. Okay? Start now. I'm training your competitors already. I'm at almost every single brokerage. Start now. Do this. This is not negotiable. This is not something that you say, oh yeah, I'm not good at this. I'll do it in 6 months. No, you're going to do it now. Okay? Plus, we have beautification by a lot of people. You can come and see people are like, I don't like the way I look. This thing makes you look beautiful. Conversion. You're going to convert, take our scripts when people hit you up, and you're going to just cut and paste them. Hey, I see you follow me. I see you ask me a question. Can I contact you? Let's have a conversation. You're going to reap and reward this through this whole entire process. Okay, I'm going to end by saying this little device, not only does it make all of your content, do all of your virtual farming, but you're going to put this in the middle of a house, click a button, it's going to 360 scan a room in less than 15 seconds, take it from room to room within minutes. This little robot also does all of your virtual tours. Creates all of your virtual tours of any property in a matter of minutes. In 1 minute, it'll generate your full entire 3D dollhouse with our computer vision and LiDAR technology. Generates this in 1 minute. Another couple minutes, creates all of your measured floor plans with square footage for free. Unlimited, no monthly fees. We're the only company, one of the few only companies, that have promised NAR and all the major brokerages we will never nickel and dime agents. You don't pay a subscription, no monthly dues, no monthly fees ever. We give you unlimited hosting account in our cloud. I have agents making 2,000 tours, floor plans a year for free. Branded, unbranded. Click a button. Branded, unbranded, click another button, load to any MLS in the country, load to Zillow, fully Zillow compatible, load to your website from there to go to redfinrealtor.com, everywhere online. So all of your tours, yes, we are known as the Matterport Killer. A lot of agents using different services, monthly fees, getting nickel and dimed. Don't use that. This thing does it all for you, super easy, and it's free. Completely for free, because we are democratizing this technology. We want you, the real estate agents, to use it. And that's our promise with all the major brokerages and all the major associations in the industry. So come see me, and we're going to chat. You're going to take a look how this can revolutionize and change your business. People think this is thousands of dollars. You will be shocked at how much this costs. It's cost you a fancy dinner last night. Probably cheaper. Come and see me. I'm in the back. My name is Jay with Pivo. Have a great day, stars. Rock and roll. Talk to you.
Why am I doing this right now? Somebody said, if you want to get the energy up in the morning, you should be more like Howard used to be. I can't dance like Howard. In fact, nobody should dance like Howard. Those of you who remember Howard Britton, there was like this thing he did. I got moves, so it would be an insult to my dance moves to try to imitate Howard Britton. All right, how y'all doing this morning? Awesome. I'm still surprised by how many people. Now we're at the regular start time. Look around the room. Get your silly old self up here, Alan. Is he not just so adorable? I love this guy. If you haven't met Alan yet, you need to meet Alan. He's down in New Mexico. Send your referrals to him and Abby. God bless you guys. I love feedback as long as it's constructive. And someone said to me yesterday, I'd really love to help the kids out, but I don't have $3,500 to buy Amy or $5,000 to buy the McNaughtons. Guys, I got a website. See that little banner? Little black one with the Tanzanian flag on it and the cute little kids doing, KilimanjaroKids.com. If you want to give $5, you would be shocked what I can do with $5, okay? So, God bless you too for bringing me that suggestion. I am not going to spend any more time right now because one of the best things I could gift you all with is the time I'm about to give you with this man. I've known Chris Bird now for 28 years, I think I figured out. And there are certain people that you can't not listen to enough, and Chris is one of them. I gave him permission to cross a few lines today, to reference some things that have a political nature to them. Would we all agree that this year's election is pretty unprecedented? Yes. I don't care where you're weighing in. You like one, you like the other, you like neither. You're a Star Wars fan and want to issue a vote of no confidence. It doesn't matter. Somebody's going to get elected, and depending on where they land, will influence our taxes going forward. Would you agree? Yes. So can we all give Chris permission to just be who he is, and if he gets you a little cringy? All right.
Good morning. So I guarantee you, I called Amy before I prepared my material for this and said, can I do this, all right? Because I did not want to get roasted up here because, people think I'm taking political sides, which I guarantee you I will not, all right? Now, first of all, I am absolutely honored to be here. I'm honored every year to be here in front of you, everyone. It's a wonderful group to speak to and to meet people I've known for the last 30 years of my life. And Amy mentioned Howard, and in our family, Kay and I cannot tell you how many times Kay or I will say, "What's time to a pig?" How many remember that, everybody? Remember, "What's time to a pig?" That joke that Howard said? But you know, the guy lives forever. So here's the beauty of what I do. My material changes every year. My material changes between now and a month from now, all right? And therefore, I always have new material to talk about. So I'm the technical guy on taxes. So what you got to do, everyone, is you got to stay at this level with me and not dive into the trenches, all right? Let your accountant dive into the trenches with this. You are free to give my PowerPoint presentation, which will be on the website, Star Power, as well as last year's PowerPoint. Take them to your accountant and have them look at it. How many of you have done that in the past, everybody, just out of curiosity? And maybe they agree with most of what I say, and maybe they disagree with a little bit what I say, but I'll guarantee you that they will be in agreement with most of what I have to say. Simple as that. And the trouble with accountants right now is they're getting older and they're getting fewer. And if you've got a good accountant, stick with them, everyone, and don't go out and shop the market, because CPA firms all over the country are having a heck of a time bringing new accountants in because they don't want to do the kind of work. How many of you experienced that, just out of curiosity? All right, so get a good accountant and stick with them, no ifs, ands, or buts. And then push them. So you all know my background, so I'm not going to go any further than that. But let me tell you this, all right? Never has there been the time to be involved with RPAC, everyone. Invest in RPAC. Invest in RPAC. Invest in RPAC, all right? This organization within AR has kept the benefits of owning a home intact, everyone. The $250,000 and the $500,000 exclusion when you sell the home. And there's even a big effort to double that to $500,000 for singles and $1 million for marrieds, to account for everybody, the Connecticuts and the Massachusetts and the Californias of the world. Although in Illinois, where I live, it doesn't matter one heck of beans. It is $250,000 or $500,000 is most likely plenty. But I'm telling you that you want to be loyal investors, not contributors to this organization. But this organization and NAR helps protect realtors, homeowners, investors' interest in taxation alive. Now, first and foremost, okay, so here we go, everyone, and you're welcome to jump up and ask questions, all right? And I'll be here for a little while afterwards, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you. But you got to have a good accountant, no ifs, ands, or buts. If you are doing your own information, your own taxes, you're making the mistake of the year. You need a good accountant that you meet during the year. Not March 1st, everybody, to discuss what happened in the last year. You've turned your accountant into a reactor instead of a planner. I meet with my clients. I meet with them 4 times a year. And I'm not taking on any new clients, all right? So I'm not here looking for your business, all right? But if my realtor clients and my self-employed clients will not meet with me 4 times a year, they can go find somebody else, all right? Because they've taken my ability to plan for them out of the transaction. So I'm just telling you that I specialize, everybody, in these issues. My job is to keep you informed, and just don't get lost in the technical part of this. Just keep it at the concept level. First of all, show of hands. How many of you are any one of the following entities? Raise your hand as I ask the question. How many of you are an LLC? Please raise your hands. Okay? Anybody look around while I ask these questions. All right? How many of you are an S corporation in this room, which is a favorite entity of mine? How many of you are a C corporation, about a regular corporation? And finally, how many of you are in a partnership? Please raise your hand. Now, everybody that just raised your hands, raise them in unison right now. LLC, S Corp, C Corporation, or in a partnership. Here's the deal. Big Brother is watching. Some of you have already filed this report. How many of you have already filed the report I'm going to talk about now? All right? And not many of you are raising your hands. Big Brother is watching. The federal government is trying to identify all owners of the entities that I've just mentioned who own a 25% or more interest in the entity. And you have to identify yourself on a federal, and everybody don't shoot the messenger here, all right, this is the way it is. This started 1/1/24, all right? So I might have mentioned this a year ago in Denver, but it's in effect right now. You have to go online, all right, to file the BOI report, the Beneficial Ownership Information Report, and tell the government who you are, where you live, what your address is. You have to upload a copy of your driver's license or your passport, all right? And the theory of this, Big Brother is watching, is that if they catch somebody doing something illegal, all right, bringing money illegally into this country, drugs, from Cuba, whatever the case may be, they have a database of where people are parking that money in their little entities all over the U.S. You get my picture here, buddy? So they'll be able to follow the money. Now, watch this. Look at this. Here's the details. So if you were one of those entities, and by the way, show of hands, how many of you have heard of this before now? Please raise your hands, all right? And a lot of you have, but not all of you have. Effective for entities that were in effect, all those four entities, on 12/31 of 23. You have a 1-year period to file this report via the internet on FinCEN.gov with the federal government. FinCEN, everybody, stands for Financial Crimes Network. And you literally go in and file this report. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes. And you're done, all right? But if you don't do it, on 1/1/25, the penalties are $500 a day with no limit. So wait a year and fail to do it, everybody. Literally $500 a day times 365 is a lot of money. So you got to do this. Here it is, right? So if you were in existence as an entity on 12/31 of 23, you have a 12-month window to do this right now. But the deadline is 12/31 of 24. Now, if you formed one of those entities after 12/31 of 23, like this year, then you have 90 days to file the report, all right? So everybody get on this. Now, watch this if you would, all right? Now, your accountants are being told by their attorneys not to do this for you, all right? I've told my clients, based on advice from our attorney, I'm not doing this report for my clients, all right? Because our E&O insurance won't cover us. That's the problem, all right? So the big CPA firms wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. So I've told all my clients, look at the overhead. By gosh, get it done now. It's not that difficult. But don't you dare wait until December 15th of 2024 and scream at me because you haven't got the report done. Their crisis is not going to become my crisis. Now, in all my teaching, I've had people actually do the report while I'm teaching. I mean, so somebody will come up at the end of the day and say, I did it, all right? And I say, well, I'm glad you did. So everybody, how many of you are going to get on this in the next 30 days? Please raise your hand, all right? And listen, you don't give up any financial information. You just tell, they want to know who you are, all right? And they don't ask where you bank, all right? They don't ask for bank account numbers. They just want to know who you are. And one more thing. One reason accountants are being told not to touch this, just go with me on this. So you file the report, one and done. Everybody say it, one and done. But then if things change, you got to file a corrected report. Like what? You would change. You would move. All right? You got to file a corrected report. You get a divorce and your last name changes. You got to file a corrected report. And accountants don't want to be on top of that, everybody, because we don't know everything that's going on in your life. Everyone with me on this, all right? So right there, everybody get it done. And if you go to your attorney, I'm hearing, I was in a conference with a group of them in Minnesota earlier this week. The average fee for a basic report is plus or minus $500, all right? Get her done. I always also say it's tax deductible, all right? So get her done. All right, very good. Now, top 5 maneuvers every one of you needs to consider. And I was just talking to Joyce Shallot class before I came up here, but I am a strong advocate of the S Corporation. I have been my entire career. I've been teaching the same subject for a better part of 31 years. How many of you are S Corporation, just out of curiosity? And I can't necessarily see the lights everywhere. I can't see your hands because of the lights coming in on me, but I hope a lot of you are. But if you're not an S Corporation, then maybe you're a C Corporation. Kathy, I saw you raise your hand on that earlier, all right? And that's got its own set of benefits. But the S Corporation versus being a sole proprietor, that is the mistake, in my opinion. You can save taxes by making your real estate business into an S corporation. I guarantee it, all right? Now, there are reasons not to do it, everybody. For example, some states, a very few states, all right? In fact, Tennessee, for the longest time, would not let a realtor become an S corporation. Just in the last 5 years, they changed that. And now all my Tennesseans here can be an S corporation if they want to. There's a few states, and I don't know the list of them, that won't let you do this, but the majority of them do, all right? Number two, I've already said it. You got to have an aggressive CPA or EA, an enrolled agent on your side. The firms that do 80 million returns a year, and I'm not going to mention the big three, right? They're not what you need, everybody. You need an accountant with a full-time office that is open all year long. Simple as that, right? Third one, and I can tell you that Bob Bolin and I have talked about this, and Brian Jackson and I have talked about this, and Dennis and I have talked about this. Don't do stupid things in the name of taxes. I call that letting the tax tail wag the dog, all right? So I've talked about that heavy vehicle write-off for years. I'm not going to waste your time on it again. It exists, all right? It's still a great deduction. But look at me. I'm 150 pounds, soaking wet. I'm 5'4", and I have to have a stepladder to get into a big SUV, all right? You think I'm laughing, all right? So that's not what I would do. That would be what I would call letting the tax tail wag the dog. First, decide if spending money is good for your business, and then let a good accountant decide the best way to write it off, all right? That's my advice, everybody. Heartfelt advice. Number 4, know how your business is doing. Every one of you needs to be using programs like QuickBooks or Quicken or any of the other 500 accounting programs out there. But you need to have a monthly profit and loss statement and a cash. I see you shaking your head yes, all right? You need to treat this like a business. And one reason, I see a bunch of you shaking your heads on this, one reason that there's such a failure rate, everyone, in new realtors who get their license is they don't know how to treat it as a business. And the money comes in and the money goes out. There's no accounting for it at the end of the year, until the end of the year. And have a monthly P&L and a cash flow done on your business. Simple as that. And finally, everyone, I'm a big believer in this. And I've been talking to a group of you that we've known each other for years in this room. I'll lay you money, and if we exclude Bolin over here on my left, Bob, that's a compliment. If we exclude Bob Bolin on this, and I will tell you that collectively there are at least 5,000 to 6,000 rental units owned in this room. All right, and everyone, if we take him into account, then we got to up that quite a bit, and that's a compliment. But here's the deal. Look at the last bullet up here. You got to figure out how to make this, whatever this is. You got to figure out how to live on this, all right, whatever this is. And then, by God, you got to invest the difference, all right? And I've been in this organization I go back to Beaver Creek and Vail, everybody. Some of you were back there with us when Howard started this whole thing up. And I've just met realtors in my life, or self-employed people, everyone, that make this and spend this, all right? And at the end of 20 years, they haven't got a pot to you-know-what in, all right? And you don't want to do that. So make this, all right, live on this, and then figure out what to invest the difference in. And I'll tell you right now, my wife, Kay, and I, long ago decided that real estate investments, everybody, were the way to go. Although, anybody with a decent stock portfolio right now cannot be unhappy with the way, look at Nancy, wipe that smile off your face, all right? And everyone, if you don't know what to do with some idle money, put it in Treasury securities. I kid you not. They're over 5%, everybody. They're guaranteed by the federal government. And park the money there for 6 months to a year. But federal securities are a safe bet, all right? So food for thought. Anyway, number 5, keep your expenses in line with your income and then plan what to do to invest the difference. All right, now, it is now coming into August. So we've got 5 or 6 months left. We've got 5 months left. What do we do for the end of the year? This is the time of the year to start thinking how to adjust your taxes for 2024, all right? So before year-end tax moves. So I'm going to go 2 ways. If you're having a really good year financially, and I'm not asking for a show of hands, But if you're having a really good year financially, then what you might want to think about, everybody, is maybe you want to put more money into your 401k for the self-employed, or your IRA, or your SEP IRA. That's a direct dollar-for-dollar tax deferral, all right? You get a deduction for putting the money away, and it saves you taxes. And then you've parked that money away to grow, all right? Now, another thought to that is we all know, or we at least have an idea, that regardless of the politics, which is coming up in a minute, everybody, tax rates are going to go up. I don't care whether we have a Republican president or a Democratic president. Whether you believe this or not, our tax rates in this country have been suppressed for the last 8 years, all right? And they got only one way to go. And we've got this multi-trillion-dollar deficit they've got to account for sooner or later. And in my opinion, we have only one thing to look at, and that's higher tax rates. So, whatever you can do to pay taxes now and to have tax-free income down the road is not a bad thought. So every one of you with a financial advisor, I guarantee you one of the recommendations right now is they want you to first invest in Roth IRAs, number one. And number two, they want you to convert some of your IRAs to Roth IRAs. How many of you would be advised to do that, everybody? Please raise your hand, all right? And the theory of that is tax rates are here now, and they're going to be this down the road, whenever that down the road is. So anyway, if you're having a really good year, class, buy real estate investments. And from the heart, hold them. Don't sell them. Anybody with real estate investments, including your principal residence, but especially rental property, whether it be commercial, residential, short-term Airbnb, you've got to be smiling from ear to ear based on the values of those properties today. Your children and grandchildren can't believe the wealth you've amassed, all right, in real estate that they see they'll never be able to do it. That's the look on these kids and grandkids. They'll never be able to do it because they weren't able to get in at really low rates when values were reasonable compared to high rates today and high values. Okay, what else? If you're having a good year, then you've got to consider the aggressive tax maneuvers. Look at the last paragraph, if you would. Faster depreciation, cost recovery, same thing, all right? Section 179, the first year write-off, bonus depreciation. I'm writing a webinar right now for accountants called Everything Real Estate, and that's all about it, all right? But cost segregation studies. People are doing, how many of you have had a cost seg study done on property that you own, all right? Everybody, you talk about lowering your taxes. You pay this for the cost segregation study. Bob, you immediately save this, all right? It's just unbelievable, but remember this. Taxes are generally a matter of timing. What you save today, you pay down the road, all right? Only way to get out of that is die. That was humor, everybody, all right? All right, but that's the only way to beat that game. But what you save now, you pay later. If you don't save now, you save then, all right? So it's a matter of when do you choose to save your money. So 1031 exchanges. I spent 2 hours on the phone arguing with a qualified intermediary in Hawaii yesterday, telling her why a client of mine cannot do a 1031, and I'm telling them they can do a 1031, and we haven't resolved that yet, all right? But there's hundreds of thousands of dollars of tax, and that's Mr. John Riggins, everybody, who a lot of you know out of Hawaii, a CRS member. So that's the friend client that we're talking to the QI about. But let me just tell you this. Politics, all right? They want to either do away with the 1031 exchange or reduce its benefits. Are you with me? All right? And let me tell you what, class, invest in our PAC. Keep those people at bay and leave 1031 away. Let's go the other way. Now look at this, all right? If you're having a weak financial year, all right? So maybe things are not quite as good. And I'll give you some statistics, and this comes from real numbers. Every one of my real estate clients in Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, had their best financial year of their career in 2022, all right? Every one of my real estate clients, and I've got some heavy hitters, had their best financial year in 2022. In 2023, on average, their commission income was down by 40%, all right, versus 2022. And in 2024, they appear to be online or in line with the same 23 results, all right? So everybody, boom, boom, boom. Are you with me, all right? What's the problem, class? High rates, high mortgage rates, low inventory, the same thing plaguing so many markets out there. But you know that better than I do. But if you're having a down year, now this may sound counterintuitive, but it's not. If you're having a down year, then your taxes are lower and you're at lower tax brackets. Now's the time to think about paying taxes, everyone, because your taxes will be at a lower rate. So now's the time to consider converting IRAs to Roth IRAs, because do it while your tax rates are lower, and then hopefully as the income is taken out in later years, the tax rates are higher, but the Roth distributions are tax-free. How many get my message there, class? I mean, I said that accurate. I don't think I said it as clearly as I could, but it sounds counterintuitive to pay taxes when your income is low, but that's the time to get aggressive, everybody, and convert money into Roth IRAs. Pay the tax, pay the tax, pay the tax at low rates, and bet on the fact that it's going to save you more money down the road. All right, it is what it is. Anyway, when your income is lower, and I've got a chart I want to show you in just a minute. If you're having an off year, all right, this is not the time to get aggressive with your deductions. This is not the time to buy the heavy SUV and write the whole darn thing off, all right? If you bought that heavy SUV because you need it, I would recommend you take slow depreciation if your tax rates are lower. And let me show you what I'm talking about, all right? But first, look at this if you would. The problems of having money always outweigh the problems of not having money. Duh, all right? And then look at the right top box. And there's a number of you in this room that agree with me on this. We've had discussions on this over the last 2 days. Everyone, I'm one to tell you that when you have to pay a lot of taxes, you should smile from ear to ear, because you had to make it before you have to pay it. All right? Nobody wants to write that check. But all I want you to think about is smile when you're writing that check. Everybody, I have colleagues that pay no taxes because they do cost segregation studies, all right? They pay no taxes. I know of one out in Arizona, and she was very proud of this. And I mocked her, everyone, because by paying no taxes, I'll show you a chart of this in just a minute, you are getting deductions at your lowest tax rate. And that's not what you want to do, class. You want to pay taxes at your lower tax rates. You want to try not to pay taxes at the highest tax rates. Any CPA in this room, and I know I've got a couple, is smiling ear to ear as I talk about this, everyone. But for those of you that want to pay no taxes, I would not even open my door to you. I don't have time in my life for people that feel that way. It's just not the way to do it. All right. So anyway, there you go. Now, look at this if you would. I'm going to show you a chart. So I get in trouble by telling you to pay taxes, all right? But I'm going to show you a chart. Here is your tax rates. Now, everybody, look at my hands. Stay here with me, all right? The accountant can get into this with you in much more detail. But there is the current tax rate schedule. And I want you to study it for just a minute, because when I get into what candidate Harris would like to do and candidate Trump, I'm going to refer back to this chart, all right? Now, notice the far left-hand corner. These are the actual tax rate schedules for 2024, the return you haven't filed yet. So our rates, the lowest rate individually are 10%. Everybody go down the left-hand column, all the way up to 37%. Everybody agree? And let me tell you what, everybody in this room is all over this chart, right? Trust me on this. Now, then notice the three big columns. My single people in this room, you know who you are. The married people in this room filing a joint return, you know who you are. And the right-hand column is for my single parents, everyone, with children at home, otherwise known as head of household. All right? And those are the three biggest rates, the three biggest things. And what I don't have here is married filing separately. If I put that up here, class, then everybody gets smaller and you can't see it. Now, study this if you would. Clearly, as you go down the chart, the more you make, the more they take. No ifs, ands, or buts. All right? And then let me just bring up a deduction of $10,000, right? For whatever, everybody. You want to buy a drone system, you want to buy a computer system, but you're going to spend $10,000. Now, look at the bottom three rates, which are 32, 35, and 37, right? The bottom three down the board. You save taxes at your marginal rate. So if you're at the 37% rate and you spend $10,000 and you're going to deduct it, you just save $3,700, all right? 35%, you save $3,500. 32%, you save that's the way it works. But if you were in the low three rates, 10, 12, and 22, you would only save $1,000, 10%, $1,200, $1,200, and $2,200. Everybody with me on this? So I want you to fixate on the bottom three rates, 10, 12, and 22, and then go across and find the income that's there. Now, the income that's there is after all your deductions, everyone. So you got your GCI minus all your deductions. Everybody with me? And the difference is what I'm going to call profit, all right? And just that profit is find the 10, the 12, the 22. And here's my point. If you find yourself in those rates, then when your accountant Bob, yeah, right, okay, I'm looking at the wrong guy. Right? If your accountant says, we want to be not aggressive on our deductions, that's where the accountant's coming from. How many get my point here, everybody? All right? You don't want to be aggressive with your write-offs when you're at the lowest rates. You want to slow those write-offs out. But by God, if you were my client and you're at the 32, 35, or 37%, then we're going to get aggressive with that 10,000 and write that son of a gun off however we need to. Everybody with me on this? All right. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, there's a lot of things that are deductible, but maybe you don't want to be writing it all off at one time. All right. I've got a good client of mine. His first name is Joe. And he bought the heavy SUV a couple of years ago as a $70,000 write-off. And here we are on the chart, everybody. All right. And Joe was in the three top brackets. Everyone with me? So that's the time to take the 70 grand. Would you agree? Except his banker told him, listen to me, there are non-tax reasons not to take big write-offs. His banker said, Joe, you're buying 3 rental properties a year. Keep your income up so you can qualify for more loans. Everybody with me on this? Everybody? So guess what, everybody? We did not take the big write-off. We depreciated that 70 grand over 5 years to keep Joe's income up, so we qualified for more rentals. Everybody, it's just taxes are a science. All right? They really are a science, and that's why you have a good account. Any questions on what I've just done? Accountants love it, everyone. You want to pay taxes at the 10, 12, 22, and you want to be aggressive when you get to the 32, 35, and 37. Anybody? Any comments? Anyone? Yes, sir. Buddy. Okay, first of all, everybody, so just real quickly, Buddy is going back to the BOI report. Buddy. Oh, thank you, Buddy. All right. Let me repeat the question. You have to file that report on every entity. All right. So class, your instructor is an S corporation, 1 report. My wife is a C corporation, Bob, report number 2. We've got 22 properties split between 5 LLCs, 5 more. Am I clear on this, everybody? All right? So every LLC, the entity files the report, not the owners. The entity files the report and reports the owners, Dennis, all right? But if you're controlling that entity, everyone, you're the one that's going to probably be filing that report, or your attorney, something like that. Buddy, great comment. Anybody else? Yes. Very good. Okay, everybody, this is a great question. Let me repeat the question. This young lady's been told that she makes too much money to have a Roth IRA. Everybody give her a hand, all right? All right? Good problem to have, all right? Okay. There are limits on your income in order for you to contribute to a Roth IRA. Everybody say yes, all right? And don't ask me, I'd have to look it up. I can look it up on my phone in 2 minutes. What are the adjusted gross income limits for contributing to a Roth IRA? So here's what you do. The answer to that, class, repeat after me, backdoor Roth. Everybody say it. So what you do is you invest the money, you open a regular IRA, a non-deductible IRA, and 10 minutes later, you convert it to a Roth IRA. So there is an income limit on a contributory Roth. There is no income limit on a rollover Roth. How many of you have employed that device, everybody? Raise your hands, all right? It's as legal as the day. It's called the backdoor Roth. Whoever you use, Fidelity, Vanguard, they know they have the paperwork to do it. All right. The joke is, how long do you have to wait before you convert it? One person will say 10 minutes, another one will say 2 seconds. All right. It's legal. All right. It's legal. All right. Very good. Now, let me go back to this. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Now, class, here we go. Now, look at the overhead. And this is what I got permission from Amy to talk about. So what are the tax plans? And guess what? I had to change this since last week. All right. I did. But before I do that, before I go into candidate Harris and candidate Trump, I got to tell you the way it's been for the last 8 years. Are you with me on this, everybody? And please do not get lost in this, all right? When you show this to your accountant, they will go, yeah, I got it. All right? So right off the bat, no politics whatsoever. You're not going to see me boo, ha, ha, either way, everybody. I'm here to present the facts, as I understand it, all right? So look at all the question marks. You know it's going to change, all right? What's going to change, everybody, is A, who's going to be the president, B, who's going to control the House, C, who's going to control the Senate. Are you with me, all right? And those three things are just not known at this time, all right? So there you go. But before I go into what Ms. Harris has to say or Mr. Trump has to say, I want to show you a few slides on the way it's been for the last 8 years. So class, remember I told you taxes are a matter of timing. Everybody now put your hands up like this, timing. So the next slides I'm going to show you is the way we've had a tax law for 8 years, 2018 through 2025. It's called the excuse me, this is the voice from corn tasseling in Illinois in our backyard, so hay fever, all right? But we've had a tax bill called the Tax Cut and Jobs Act of 17 that went into effect starting 1/1 of 18 and ends 12/31 of 25, all right? And everybody watch my hands. In general, that tax bill simplified a lot of tax laws and to a great extent, lowered business taxes. Are you with me on this? So everybody, the first thought is, okay, what happens in 1/1/26? Boom, everybody, those things go away, and then things go up. Everybody with me on this, all right? So that's the general thrust here. So there's that thing. Now, watch this. For businesses, everyone, and I'm getting specific, and some of you are going to roll your eyes, but just stay conceptual. Bonus depreciation has been one of the best write-offs we've had in my career. How much can you write off? All of it. Let me say it again. How much can you write off? Everything. So if a corporation goes and buys a $65 million jet, how much can they write off, everybody? All of it. Right? If you go buy a $80,000 heavy SUV, how much can you write off, everybody? All of it. Right? Well, look what's happened. Right? So notice how this is starting to go down, everybody. It was 100% for a number of years. In 2023, it dropped to 80%. In 2024, it's now down to 60%. So if a corporation goes out and buys a $65,000 Gulfstream, all right, they can only write off right now 60% of the $65,000 in 1 year, all right? So they want to do away, one party would like to do away with this. Now watch this. Now this list is long. But everything on the next couple of slides has been with us for the last 6 or 7 years and goes away 1/1 of 26. Now, you're welcome to take all the pictures you want, but all of my slides are yours. They will be on Star Power, last year's slides, and this year's slides. But look at this. Reduced federal income tax rates. Right? I've already shown you those, 10 through 37. More favorable alternative minimum tax rules, expanded standard deduction, increased child tax credit. For those of you with children at home, right? If you made under a certain amount of money, everybody, they were throwing money at you for having kids, all right? What I do? Oh, okay, thank you so much, all right? Elimination of the phase-out rule for reduced itemized deduction. You could take charitable contributions for up to 60% of your income. So if you made $400,000 of income, you could literally write off, if you gave it, $240,000 of charitable contributions, all right? So this is the way it's been since 17. What else? Tax-free treatment of student loan forgiven debt. By the way, you see how I have to look at this, everybody? I can't remember all this, all right? Buddy West and I were in a breakout yesterday. Everyone, the federal estate tax exemption. All right? Everybody, do this if you would. Do this. Come on, play with me. Everybody. Boom. Everybody, one more time. Boom. So I'm serious, all right? So since 2017, they have consistently raised the federal estate tax exemption, all right? And when I lost my father many years ago, class, it was $600,000, all right? Well, this year it's $13,610,000. Last year it was $12 million something. And in 2025 it'll be $14 million. So everybody, come on, one more time. And on 1/1/26, it drops to $6 million. Man, can you imagine the estate planning going on in this country right now with wealthy farmers in Illinois, everybody, who are planning to gift a lot of their assets before this thing does this. Are you with me? So obviously, one party wants to continue this, everybody. Agree? And maybe the other party says, no, we're going to let it drop. I mean, it is what it is, all right? So the humor, and there's no humor in this, but I have sick humor, all right, is the rich need to die. Bob, the rich need to die before 1/1/26, all right? And I'll guarantee you this. And that's my sick sense of humor, all right? But the point is, I'll guarantee you, decisions like this will be made, everybody, with wealthy people on their deathbed in December of 25. You think it's happened before, it'll happen again. Bob, that was only humor. Lillian, that was only humor, all right? Anyway, there you go. Okay, very good. Not to kill you there. So here we go, class. So please, no politics here. I'm not taking sides. I'm not going to praise. I'm not going to criticize. Here's my understanding. First, candidate Harris. Everybody with me on this? I suspect that she's going to continue President Biden's policies. I just don't think there's going to be a major push off, at least initially, right? So what would they like to do? What's on their wish list, all right? So the major business provisions, Kathy, they want to, and the reason I'm singling out Kathy Russell about it is because she identified herself as a C corporation. This does not apply to an S corporation, just a C corporation. They would like to raise your tax rate on your profits from 21% to 28%. All right? They're trying to get at the big corporations, everybody, 3M, ADM, Hilton, all this stuff. But when they get to them, they also get to the little C corporation as well. They want to raise the tax rate on corporations. And then there is a tax law, everyone, that if you are invested in S corporations and partnerships that own a lot of real estate or businesses, things like this, if you have a big loss in 1 year, I mean to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars, they don't want you to be able to write that all off in 1 year. They want you to write it off more slowly. It's called the excess business loss. Well, they want to make it permanent, everyone. All right? Candidate Harris would like to make that, which is not good for big investors. Now, get specific with me. Look at this if you would. All right? Now we get back to the Invest in Our PAC. Candidate Harris would like to expand the net investment income tax. Now, I know this is technical, but everybody say 4%. 4%. There is a 4% tax, it's actually 3.8%, on your net investment income, like on interest and dividends and capital gains. They want to tack an extra 4% another tax on top of that, and this has been around for years, all right? Well, they want to go after anybody making over 400 grand a year, and that's a lot of you in this room, and they want to make this apply to your S corporation profits. They want to make this apply to your partnership profits, all right? In other words, everybody, you make over 400 grand a year, they want to raise your taxes, all right? Now, you make under 400 grand a year, it wouldn't apply, all right? So it is what it is. Now, what else? Now, this is a carryback to my tax rate schedule earlier. They want to raise the top rate from 37%, everybody, remember the board, up to 39%. Now, watch my hands. But that 37% didn't apply till you got to 600 and some odd thousand bucks. Everybody, look at the board. They want that 39.6 to hit people making 400 grand a year, so they want to raise the rate and lower the income that it's subject to. It is what it is, all right? Now, class, huge. If you are an investor in rental real estate, like you know that I am, capital gains tax rates are one of the most favorable methodologies in tax to save money. All right? The maximum capital gains rate in this country is 20%. All right? The maximum rate on your income from commissions is 37%. Everyone, 20 versus 37. So if you own stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, and you hold it more than 12 months, and then you sell it, the maximum tax rate you will have to pay is how much, everybody? 20% versus 37%. I'm telling you, that's almost half, everybody. That's a favor to investors is all it is. For rental property owners, you're building and owning places that the government doesn't have to build. Are you with me? And there's going to be more of that, everyone, as housing prices are so high. So what do they want to do? They want to tax long-term capital gains and dividends, for example, from seller real estate, at ordinary income tax rates, everybody, 10 up to 39.6. Right? If you have taxable income above $1 million. Now, if your taxable income is less than $1 million, then you'd still be able to take the 20%. But as a student of tax law for my entire life, let me just tell you this. I'm an ex-IRS agent. Once Congress gets the door open, let's say, and they pass that, and they put $1 million floor on it, everybody watch my hands. Then the next Congress says, let's drop that million to 800,000. And let's drop that 800,000 to 5. How many get my message here, class? I mean, for investors with high income, taxes would go up. This last bullet up here scares me, all right? It really does. All right, next. Any questions, class? And I know this is in the trenches, but I'm trying to stay at a concept level. Anybody? Any comments? Anyone? All right. What else? They want to limit, now I'm still on candidate Harris's proposals. They want to limit retirement account contributions for high income taxpayers with large balances in their IRAs. Brian and Dennis in their cash balance defined benefit plan. They think that a lot of self-employed people just have too much money put away in their retirement plans. They're going to say, you can't put any more money in, which I think is counterintuitive, but I don't write the laws. What else, everyone? Tighten rules related to the estate tax. Guys, one more time. Boom, all right? They would love to tax more wealthy families. And let me tell you, because I live in central Illinois, where our farmland goes from $16,000 to $20,000 an acre. I know more rich farmers, everybody, worth hundreds of millions of dollars with thousands of acres in their farms that this impacts, all right? Look at the second to the last bullet. Limit 1031 exchanges, everybody. Only 500,000 gain can be deferred in a year. My friend John Riggins, who's not a client of mine, so I can say this, he's got an $800,000 gain, everybody, we're trying to defer with a 1031, all right? If this would hit him, all right, if this law became law, he could defer the first 500 and pay tax on the other 300. Invest in our PAC, invest in our PAC, invest in our PAC, all right? And then look at the last bullet. All of those last couple of slides, all right? All of those things that have been around for 8 years, all right? They want to extend those things for people making under $400,000 a year. So for whatever reason, there's a $400,000 shelf there where I don't know if they're calling that rich or high income or what, but they want people that make under 400 to still benefit by all the old laws, but people above 400 to not benefit by it. And, you know, I'm sure one to say that I want you all above that 400 as opposed to below 400, and it is what it is. All right, what else? Now, there's some child credit issues there as well. Now, an additional point, everybody, and Bob Boland and I were talking about this earlier, but when candidate Harris was a senator, she proposed a basic universal income. And if you don't know about this, you all need to start reading about this, everyone, where states, counties, municipalities have started test programs of a basic universal income, $250 a month, $500 a month to people under a certain level, whatever the case may be. All right? When she was a senator, she proposed this as a $3,000 tax credit, which is $250 a month, all right, for single, $600 for married couples, $500, basic universal income. It never went anywhere, but if she becomes president, everyone, it may surface again. Simple as that, all right? Okay, let's go the other way. Candidate Trump's tax proposals wish list. Now remember, this list is much shorter because remember all that list of all those things for the 8 years, everyone? That was Trump, all right? That was Trump for those 8 years, all those lists of all those things. So this list is short, all right? So Kathy Russell, for your C corporation, he wants to lower your tax rate from 21% to 20%, all right? But that would also impact ADM, Hilton, everybody, and all the big C corporations as well. All right? I don't think it's a misstatement to say that Trump's plans are pro-business and Biden's plans are pro-family. I don't think I'm crossing any line when I say that, and I'm complimenting both of them. All right? But one is pro-business and more is pro-family. What else? Now, here's the other list class, right? He wants to make all those lists of those things for the 8 years, he wants to make them, say it, everybody, permanent. Are you with me? With no income threshold to benefit or disbenefit by. Right? It is what it is. I think the second one is interesting. Consider replacing the income tax with tariffs, everybody. Never happened. That is too big of a change, all right? But I love the third one, and I was going to go around the hotel talking to the waitstaff here about this one. All right, look at this. Exempt tips from income taxes in 18. Look at the data. I didn't know this. IRS W-2 data indicates 6.1 million taxpayers reported a total of $38.3 billion in taxable tip income for an average of $6,249 per taxpayer, which I'm sure they don't report. All right, but he wants to make it tax-free. All right. Hey, and finally, so notice my list, everybody, is much shorter for candidate Trump because he wants to extend everything he did for that 8 years. And then it's an election year. What's going to happen this year? Absolutely nothing. All right? Everyone, Congress will be so screwed up with the election, I don't look for any major tax reform, but I'm going to give you a sales job right now. You need to come next year, class, to Salt Lake City because now we get into specifics of what's going on because we'll have a new president, would you agree? And now we'll understand the laws. And many of those proposals, I'll bet, are going to take effect in 1/1 of 25. So, Amy, there's my sales job for next year because I'll be there talking about it there. Very good. All right, now, I was here in Denver last year, and I had been all over the country talking about this list. But I have a list. I put together a list of some of the most significant tax write-offs that will benefit anybody self-employed, all right? And I went into full detail last year with PowerPoint after PowerPoint, and I asked Amy to put that on Star Power. So the list I'm going to show you, the detail is in last year's PowerPoint, and you have available to you. Show this year and last year's to your accountant. They will agree, all right? So anyway, there you are with this, and here's the list, everybody. Here are the 10 most significant things that will lower your taxes, all right? And Number one is depreciation, the 179 deduction, and bonus depreciation, which I've already kind of reiterated, right? Number two is huge. Now just look at me on this one, class, all right? Since 2018, I've never seen anything like this in my life, so I get red in the face on this. We have been able to write off 20% of our profit as a deduction for nothing. Let me say it again, for nothing. I love to yell as part of the short man Napoleonic complex, all right? That means if you made, don't laugh at me, Dennis, all right? If you made a $100,000 profit in your business, for nothing, you got a $20,000 deduction. If you made $300,000, everyone, 20% of 300 is a $60,000 deduction. How many of you know about this, class? Because I've been talking about it in these rooms for the last 7 years, all right? And guess what? Depending on politics, this either sticks with us or goes away after 2025, all right? I know for a fact I've saved over $30,000 in taxes, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and now 24. I've saved over $30,000 in taxes, at least, taxes, because of this 20% deduction. And make sure your accountant is taking this on your rental property profits, because rental property is considered a business. This is a business deduction, Dennis. And a lot of accountants are not familiar with that. So if you own a lot of rental property with positive cash flows showing a profit on Schedule E, make sure your accountant is taking the 20% deduction on your profits from owning rental real estate, as well as your profit from your business of selling real estate. Any questions about that, Cliff? That is clearly one of the most significant write-offs I've ever seen in my life. Yes, sir. Okay, Jim, what happens, Jim, is what Jim just asked me, class, is you've got your business here and you got your rentals here, and you get the 20% on this and the 20% on this, and they come to one line on the front page of the 1040, Jim. It's line 12 or 13, but the answer is yes, all right? Okay, next, everybody, number 3, the Augusta rule, and I want everybody to listen to me on this carefully. If you own a second home, this does not apply to your rental property. But if you own a principal residence or a second home, you can rent that out every year under the law, Code Section 280 something. If you rent that out for less than 15 days a year, the rental income is tax-free. All right? Everybody, it comes from the word Augusta, like the every year the Masters, all right? And I have taught for Market House Realty down there, and let me just give you some statistics. 1,100 homes in Augusta, Georgia go into the rental block every year in April for the Masters, Brian, all right? The average rent for the 8 days of the Masters is $15,000. All right? That is tax-free. Don't look at me so seriously. Smile, all right? That is tax-free income, everyone. And I understand that Tiger Woods, right, pays $60,000 for the same house every year, class. He's invited for the rest of his life, all right, for him and his girlfriends. And what do I know, right? And that $60,000 is tax-free every year to the owners of that magnificent house, all right? Now, go with me on this. Now, I get aggressive but legal. For all of you that are either a LLC, like an S corporation, or a partnership, now I offer you to use the Augusta rule, everybody, and this is going on all over the country. Go to TikTok, you'll find what I'm talking about, all right? People that own their own corporation are renting their home to their corporation for quarterly office meetings, photographic shoots. How many of you have heard of this, everybody? Just so you know, I'm not alone on this, all right? And as long as they pay themselves for how many days, everybody? Less than 15, it's tax-free to the owner and deductible by the corporation. All right, everybody. Hey, if this amounts to $10,000 or $12,000 or $15,000 a year and saves you $4,000 in taxes, you might as well be aware of it. All right, so you can't do this if you're a sole proprietor. You can only do this if you're an S corp, a C corp, or an L or a partnership. all right? So if you're a sole proprietor, you cannot do it. Next, cost segregation studies class. If you own a lot of commercial real estate, a lot of residential real estate, rentals, of course, all right, and you're paying a huge amount of taxes, take a look at hiring a cost segregation study company to come in, and they will charge you this amount of money to break that building down into its components for depreciation purposes. And you pay this for the study, and you immediately save this amount in taxes. I'm telling you, cost segregation studies are one of the biggest movers in tax write-offs for the owners of commercial and residential rentals in this country. The S Corporation class, save yourself self-employment taxes. Save yourself Social Security. The 1031 exchange, already talked about that. The real estate professional status. If you own a lot of rentals, a good way to save taxes, everyone, is the losses coming over from Schedule E of your tax return to offset your income from your sales business. But to be able to do that, you need to qualify as a real estate professional, which means three things. You got to spend more than half of your time in real estate, which obviously all you do. Second, you got to spend more than 750 hours a year. This is all in my PowerPoint last year. And third, you got to manage your own properties. There it is. All right? Or own Bob, the management company that manages your own properties. All right? So it is what it is. Everybody, number 8, stepped up basis. And I know several people in this room have recently lost spouses, so I don't mean anything humorous or blow off here. But the issue of stepped up basis, watch my hands, okay? And I'm doing this very delicately. So your dad bought a rental property for this. Everybody, just watch my hands, all right? Your dad bought a rental property for this. Over his life, he depreciated it down to this. Are you with me? And then he passed on and left it to you, everybody, when it's worth this, all right? It's called stepped up basis. Your basis, your tax basis in that property is the fair market value on the date of your dad's death. All right? So class, so he paid this, he wrote it down to this, but it's worth this on his death, and that's $800,000. That becomes your tax basis. So you turn around and sell that for $800,000, tax-free. Tax-free, tax-free. So guys, stepped up basis is just incredible. This applies to married couples, all right? This applies to children inheriting from their parents, right? This applies in community property states and non-community property states, although the rules are a little bit different between the two. But totally serious and not trying to be funny, inheriting property is one of the best tax savings mechanisms that I've ever seen. Simple as that. All right? I have several people. Number 9, just for a second, class, as I start to wrap this up. And Mike, what is my time, just out of curiosity? Mike? Oh, very good. Okay. Number 9. I have several, I'm not going to identify them, but I have several wonderful people in this room, everybody, that back when I was a speaker for Howard Brinton, I started just mentioning the cash balance defined benefit plan. How many of you have heard of this term, class? All right. And it's for my mega earners in this room who are disciplined, all right? Because let me tell you what, if you're not disciplined, then you're not going to want to write the checks to fund these plans, all right? But the typical limit on a defined contribution plan like a 401k or a SEP IRA is around $66,000. That's the most you can put into one of those plans this year. Right? But in a cash balance defined benefit plan for people making a lot of money, the limit, everybody, is to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So you got to got to have that mental fortitude to write that check. Right? But what you end up with at the end of your career, you end up with $4.5 to $5 to $6 million in your defined benefit plan, versus maybe $1 million or $2 million in your SEP IRA or something like that. And I know for a fact, everybody, that is in existence in this room, all right? And people have done this, and all I did was introduce the concept, and then they went to the specialist to set them up. Everybody with me on this? So, food for thought. It's not for the weak-hearted. It clearly is not for the people not making mega bucks, everybody. You got to be making a lot of money to want to do this. And generally, when somebody comes to me and says, you think I'm a candidate? I go into these questions, how much are you making and how well disciplined are you? And my answer generally, don't do it, all right? Because it does take a lot of fortitude to write those checks. All right, last thing here. The pass-through entity tax loophole. So class, listen to me just for a second on this, and this is a little political. But some of you live in high-tax states, all right? So I got New Jersey, I got New York, I got Bob, Massachusetts, I got Illinois, everybody. I'm from a high-tax state as well, all right? Tennessee ain't. Let me say that again. Tennessee ain't. And you wonder why Illinois loses 200,000 people a year, class, where I live, Illinois, all right, who are moving to lower tax states like Kentucky, Tennessee, Texas, Florida, Carolinas. One of the reasons for that is taxes. All right. So I don't want to make an issue of this, but let me just tell you this. If you live in one of these high tax states, you are paying higher federal taxes because your deduction for a combination of your state income tax and your property taxes on your principal res and second home are limited to $10,000. All right? And let me put this in motion. So Kay and I, class, Illinois has one of the highest property tax rate structures in the country. Our average tax rate is 3 to 4% of value. Multiply 3 to 4% of value. So Kay and I live in a $700,000 house, class, and our tax rate is about $18,000. Are you with me? All right. Then we pay state income taxes of another 15 to 20. Everybody? So there we go. 18 plus 20 is 38. Then we have a second home in Fort Myers, Florida, and that tax is $6,000 down there. So we're up to $44,000 of state income taxes and property taxes, and we're only able to write off how much, class? $10,000. And this has been around since 2018. Okay, so here, listen to me carefully as I end this. If you are a S corporation or a partnership, only those two entities can take advantage of this. One more time. If you are an S corp or a partnership, then everyone, you have your S corporation or partnership pay your state income tax for you, and they get to deduct it, and that is the pass-through entity tax loophole. All right? So who can forget about this? You live in a decent tax rate state. Fine. All right? You're not an S corporation or partnership. Forget it. All right? You got to be an S. Here's the criteria. You got to be an S corp or a partnership, and you got to live in a high tax state. Are you with me on this? And if you don't enjoy those benefits, if that's enjoyment, then forget about this. Hey, in closing, questions, class, comments? Yes, ma'am.
One resource, one book, one website.
Good luck on that. I just no. This I get this every time I teach everybody. What's a good resource to read? One book you can read on everything I've just talked about. There is no such thing. And let me tell you what. I've been asked to write that book so many times. It's got a shelf life of less than a year. All right, that's the problem with what I do. It's got a shelf life of less than a year. So the answer to that, and that's a great question, is have a good accountant that you meet periodically during the year and go with that. Yes, ma'am. I know, and that's why my PowerPoints are for your use. Oh, I'm serious, class. Show them what I've done, all right, and they will agree with most of what I've done. Hey, yes, ma'am, please. What would you like to know? Can I expand briefly on the real estate professional status? What would you like to know?
Just licensees.
Oh, very good. All right. Well, if you just ask me, you do not have to have a real estate license to be a real estate professional. All right. All you have to do is be more than 50% of your time in real estate, which you do, more than 750 hours a year, which you probably have by April the 1st, and manage your own rentals. How many of you know people, everybody, that are not a realtor that own a bunch of rentals? And that's how they make their money, all right? They are automatically a real estate professional because they meet all three tests. By the way, I'm going to part with this, and I'll be more than happy to meet with any of you after, just whatever your questions are. Don't forget this, everybody. Write this website down, please. EnergyStar.gov. 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 There are fairly significant tax credits for you putting windows, doors, insulation on your principal residences. At least send a flash email out to your clients that there is a new credit that started 1/1 of 23 that's good for 10 years, all right? It's good for 10 years. And the credit limit is $3,200 a year, all right? Now, everybody, that's no big deal, but it's, another way to add value to what you do. Tell your clients to go to EnergyStar.gov and look up the credits that are available for energy savings improvements costs that they put into their home and in some cases their principal residence. Part of that, everybody, is solar as well, and solar is the big kahuna. Bob?
Chris, do you know any farmers who have 3 or 4 rental homes who have qualified as professional?
Real estate professionals? The question Bob's asking me, and I'm thinking about this, do I know any of my farm, not clients, but friends, that own a lot of rental properties, everybody? And I've got to say no, all right? I don't know that farmers, if they have money to spend, everybody, they want to buy more land, all right? But no.
Managing the land might qualify.
I'd have to think about that. All right, yes, ma'am. Two in here, and then we'll go. Yes. The question I just got, everyone, and is there a discussion in Washington right now about federal rent control, right? And I will tell you what you're referring to. President Biden in the last month, everybody, has raised the question to make housing more affordable, that should there be some kind of 5% rent control in this country, and invest in RPAC, invest in RPAC, invest in RPAC, because we don't want that. From a landlord standpoint, class, you do not want rent control. Trust me. Yes, ma'am.
I'm planning to transfer some stock out of my escort to some of my sales agents. Is it true that when I do that,
I'll repeat this.
will there be a 1099 that have to be a W-2?
Okay, the question is that this young lady is thinking about, and I like this. Everybody, she's 100% owner of her S corporation, all right? And she is thinking about to retain some good people, about giving them or issuing new stock to these people. So you would still be the controlling owner, but now you'd have different shareholders in the corporation besides you, giving them an ownership stake is what she's doing. And the question she's asking me, and let me just say this, if you are an S corporation owner and you are involved in the business, you must take a salary. I will not listen to anything less than that, class. You must take a salary. Now, how much you have to take is something else, all right? And your question is, if they are now S corporation owners and they are involved, yes, they must take a salary. Yes.
Can they also take a 1099?
Oh, okay, but this is great. We'll talk later on this, all right? But can you have an S corporation owner, everybody, take both a salary and commissions? I see it all the time, yes, right? They take commissions on their sales activity. They take a salary on managing the S corporation. The answer is yes. Everybody, I cannot tell you, I am honored to be here. I will be here, and as long as I can do it, I'm here. Come up and talk to me. And I hope I didn't do this to you, all right? God bless.
Well, right now you're either cheering, sweating, or crying, or all of the above, Janice says. All right. Y'all understand we run a business at Star Power. That means we have to create revenue to keep this going. So I just want to cover a couple of things I haven't talked about yet. How many of you are active club members? Maybe I should take the word active out. How many of you have a subscription to the club? I would like you to get active with it. We are putting out 2 interviews every month. If you guys are looking for how do I leave here and not have the energy of this room, get your monthly infusion, and it's actually a twice-a-month infusion. We release 2 interviews every month. There are other benefits to the club. What we did this year is we have released a light version. If you want the interviews only and none of the history and none of the live speakeasies and the other things that you get with membership, you can just do a light version. It's $397 a year. We also now have a premium membership. Those of you with teams, you want to have your teams have their own separate logins. We have 2 people on this. We have Jana on this, and David Brenton just signed up for it. So if you want all your team members, up to 8, to have their own separate private logins. In addition to that, we are going to start hosting a one-day mastermind in January just for the premium club members. Okay? So see the gals at the store. By the way, someone asked me a question. They said, I recognize the ladies that are here. Well, if you follow me on Facebook, these are my girlfriends. We hike together, we do bacon and bourbon together, they're my tribe. We do life together. So be sure to stop by and just say hello and thank them. They came on their own. I don't have the budget to pay 4 sales people at the store. Are you kidding me? Maybe next year, if you all get pre-registered. Which brings me to conference next year. Salt Lake City, July 24th through the 26th. Now, some of you, I love you so much. I said use a QR code because we're giving you prices here that nobody else can get. Some of you went to the regular website and found still this year's conference on that website because we did not want to publicly announce it to the world before you guys had a shot at it. Like I said, we only have 500 seats. If the 293 of you who came this year all signed up, we're already over halfway sold out a year out, okay? So once we leave here, then we will put Salt Lake City up on the main website. So I'm gonna give you the QR code again. There it is. Would love for you to get signed up. The update, we are just giving the stars their QR code this morning, and they're running neck and neck with regular attendees on the percentage goals I set out for you guys. So all you competitive people, get your registrations done today, and I'll have a report for you in the closing. Fair enough? There's a physical QR code that Tammy and the staff will be handing out to the stars. You can see them after the session, so you can get signed up. Listen, you guys, I'm a fully transparent person. There's not much you could ask me I wouldn't give you the answer to. These stars come on their own dime. I do give them a discount on their conference registration as a thank you to get them here. Howard used to do it for free. Do the math. There are now 400 stars. If I let all the stars come for free, I would have a second nonprofit, and I am not interested in having 2 nonprofits. And they've said to me time and time again, we see the value, of course we'll invest in it. And some of you have even said I'm stupid for giving you a discount, but that's the way it is. Amy's the boss now, and she gets to do what she wants, right, Jana? So it's auction time. So welcome Jay Izzo to the stage. Oh, you can do better than that.
Are we on? Oh, we're on. How much for the jacket? I'll auction it off if it'll bring money, I'll tell you that. All right, listen. There is a lot of left brain things that happened with Chris Bird, okay? I need you to turn your right brain on. Okay, so do me a favor. Everybody stand up. Stand up. Come on, stand up. Stand up, right? I used to do this with my psychology classes, right? First thing I did, shake yourself out. Get yourself shaken out a little bit, all right? All right, that's the first thing you do. And then what I want you to do is I want you to turn to your right and to your left, and I want you to say this: I am successful.
I am successful.
Say it the other way.
I am successful.
And then what I want you to say is I want you to say this: people love me.
People love me.
Say it at the other side.
People love me.
And then what I want you to say is, I'm going to bid real high. Say it.
I'm gonna bid real high.
Have a seat, everybody. Have a seat. All right, so yesterday it was our first time we got to do the little auctioneering. Donald Payne, who's sitting right here, he said to me, he said, Jay, you got me so scared I had my arms like this the whole time because I was afraid to move. I was like, I was like, okay, well, I was looking at you, Donald. I was looking, because I could see you right there, man. I was looking right at you. So anyway, listen, this is your last day to bid. Last day. I need you to get involved. I need you to bid. I need you to get involved. Don't go home without bidding, okay? We got money to raise. We got children to help, right? And you guys can do it, all right? So let's go with the first thing we got up for bid. Here it is.
Stick to this, Jay.
Oh, yeah.
The lady who makes the jewelry, she's not actually here on site. She has her sales rep here. They talked on the phone and she said, I heard what's going on and I'd like to contribute a piece of jewelry to the auction. So we hadn't planned on this. This is a bonus item. Have you guys stopped by this booth? It's gorgeous. They're gorgeous pieces. So this is a piece that's going in auction.
All right, here we go. We're going to start the auction at a $100 bid. Who'll give me a $100 bid? Anybody got a $100 bid now? Who give me two? Anybody got two? Somebody give me two. Give me $200 bid. Anybody got $200 bid? I got a $100 bid. Looking for two. Somebody give me $200 bid. Hot $200 now. Will you give me three? Looking for a $300. I got 200. Looking for three. Anybody give me three? Somebody give me three. Will you give me $250? Will you give me $250? Will you give me three? I got $250. Will you give me three? How about three? Will you give me three? Somebody give me three. Will you give me three? I got $250. Looking for three. Who give me three? Somebody give me three. Raise your hand, folks. It's only $50. I'm looking for a three. I got $250. Looking for three. Who give me three? I got 300 right there, right? I got three. I go looking for 350. Will you go 350, ma'am? I got 350. Will you go four, ma'am? I got 350. Will you go four, ma'am? Will you go four, ma'am? Right there in the pink. I'm looking right at you, darling. Will you go four? Will you go 400? Will you go 400? Will you go 400? Will you go? She'll go 400. Will you go 450? I'm like, no. She said, come on, darling, come on, give me 450. I got 400, looking for 450. Who gave me 450? Emma, give me 450. 400 going once, you can still get in. 400 going twice, come on. Sold, $400 right there for Lady in the Pink.
This is a special one.
Oh, is this special? Okay.
These are two separate paintings.
Oh.
We're going to start by offering them as a set.
Okay.
If you hang them on the wall, they make the same face.
Did I do that okay? That's the way we practiced it, right?
That was beautiful.
Was that good? Okay.
It was
All right.
beautiful.
So we're gonna value these. It's valued at $600 for the two, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start these at $200. Who give me $200 for the paintings? Somebody give me $200. Somebody got $200. Who give me $200? Raise your hand. $200. Now who give me three? Who give me $300? Somebody give me three. I got $200. Looking for three. Who give me three? $300. Yep. Give me four. Who give me four? Will you give me $400? I got three. Looking for four. Looking for $400. Got $300 bid. Looking for four. Who give me $400? I got a $300 bid. Looking for four. Will you give me four? Will you give me four? Will you give me four? Will you give? She's in her way, darling. You're in my way. She's looking right at me. She was bidding. Hello.
Tammy,
will you give me four? No. Okay, I got $300 looking for $350. I got $300 looking for $350. Who give me $350? $300 looking for $350. Who gave me $350? Somebody give me $350. I got a $300 bid. Who give me $350? $350? $350 looking for four. Will you give me $400 looking for four? Somebody give me $400. Got $350 in the back. Look, $400. Will you give me $450? $400 looking for $450. Who give me $450? These are valued at $600, folks. Come on, it's for charity. You can write this off. $400 looking for $450. Who give me $450? Somebody give me $450. Anybody give me $450? 400 going once. Get on in. 400 twice. Sold. $400 over there. All right, so Amy and I had a chat yesterday while I was halfway falling asleep. And I was halfway.
not because of me.
No, I was just halfway falling asleep. And we realized that we did something a little incorrect yesterday.
How so?
How so? You don't remember the conversation?
Maybe I was falling asleep.
Well, we said what we should have done with the McNaughtons is we should have had them say, this is what you're getting.
Yeah.
Right? And we should have done that with you. This is what you're specifically getting, right?
We did not talk about
So here's the deal. Bob Bowen, Lily Montaldo.
Not yet.
Oh, no, we got on sites. We got you. Tell them what this all entails. Do they have to fly out to you? Do you fly out to them? How does this all work?
So I fly to them. Actually, I could put a couple of people on the spot. Jane, can we have you stand up real quick? You've had me on site. What's the benefit of having a coach on site? Oh, Jay's bringing the mic. Hang on.
She actually gets face-to-face with your clients and not clients, I'm sorry, well, with our agents. And some of the agents really need that face-to-face time and to be able to learn and grow from Amy. And Amy, you don't just get Amy for a day. I'm going to tell you that right now. You get Amy for the year. So if she comes out, she is invested in you as much as you're invested in her. And it really helps to be on site, because if you do a Zoom, if you do anything, they're not engaged. You have to be there. And I say, when you come on site, I take my agents, take them somewhere else, get them out of the office so they're engaged. And she's well worth every penny, because you're not getting her for a day, you'll get her for life.
All
right, go ahead.
I kind of mama bear up, I guess. Just depends on what your needs are. I may go out to do a full day team advance. I might go to meet with individual agents to help with that. It's really customized to whomever the client is, what they need.
All right? It's valued at $4,000. I'm gonna start at $1,500. Who give me a $1,500 bill? Looking for $1,500. Who give me $1,500? Somebody give me $1,500. Who give me $2,000? I got $1,500. Looking for $2,000. $2,000. Who give me $2,500? We do $2,500. $2,500. Will you give me $3,000? I got $3,000. I'm looking for $3,000. I got $25,000. $3,000. We go $3,500. I got $3,000. $3,500. We go $4,000. I got $3,500. We go $4,000. I'm looking for $4,000. He's got $35,000. You just got to go $400,000. Come on, say yes. Just say yes. Just say yes. Just say yes. Just say yes. Yes. She said yes. Clap for her. She said yes. I didn't even give her a ring. She said yes. I got 4,000. Will you say 4,500? I got 4,500. Will you now say 5? I got 4,500. Will you say 5? 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 Will anybody say 5? Will anybody say out there say 5? I got 4,500. Looking for 5. She says, yeah. I'm looking for 4. I got 4,500. Looking for 5. Who give me 5,000? Who give me 5,000? 4,500 once. 4,500 twice. Sold. $4,500.
Bob and Lillian. Yeah. You guys need to understand the magnitude of what's about to be offered. Bob, over his career, has done over 100 shadow experiences, and he no longer offers them. When I called them to ask them if the two of them would do it together, he said, you know what, absolutely. They are in the process of creating a state-of-the-art CRM that is helping them raise the level of performance of their agents. I believe you said you have 10 that are going to hit $1 million in GCI this year?
It's our objective.
On your team.
Yep.
So Bob used to charge $15,000 for this. You're getting both Bob and Lillian. What can you share, each of you, about the experience they're going to have with you?
If you don't come away with 10 ideas to make more money from the takeaway, Lillian and I'll pay your fee.
Wow.
I wish there was somebody here. I don't know if Melinda's still here. There's a lot of agents here that are our close friends and part of our family, but they've had the experience with us. I myself, both Bob and I had coaching programs for years. Actually, is that you, Tammy? There's Tammy. Tammy was part of our coaching family as well. But anyway, I think you'll come away with so much. You'll be drinking from a fire hose. I want you to know that we've been with Amy and Howard. We've been part of this family since 1990, 1989. And we all grew, and I can tell you, I owe my success, and I will do over $2 million in GCI this year, but I owe my success to this family.
Thank you. Have at it.
All right. Now you heard it. Now, they need to come to you. Is that correct?
Yes.
They need to fly out to you and to do this. Okay, just to make sure. and they'll stay with you at your home.
Whoa.
They will stay with you. Will stay with them at their home. So no hotel room. You just need to get a flight. It's who said that?
Beth.
Beth, do you want to start the bidding at $7,500? Oh, you've seen her?
Go for it.
I'm going to
Jay.
start the bidding at $5,000. Who give me $5,000? I got $5,000. Who give me $6,000? I'm looking for $6,000. I got $5,000 right front. Looking for $6,000. Who give me $6,000? Anybody give me $6,000? I got $5,000. Looking for $6,000. Looking for a $6,000 bill. Anybody got $6,000 bill? I got a $5,000 bill from Gianna Cadil. Did you hear what I did there? I rhymed that thing. I got $5,000 bill. Looking for $6,000. Who give me $6,000? Nope. Yep, 6,000. Will you give me 7? I got 6,000. Will you give me 7,000? Will you give me? Yeah, she says yes. 7,000. Will you give me 8? Got 7,000. Will you give me $8,000? Anybody give me 8,000? I got 7. Looking for 8. Will you give me 8? Will you give me 8? I got 7. Looking for 8. Will you give me 8,000? Will you give me 8,000? You won't give me 8,000. Would you buy it for 7? Let me ask you, Bob. Where you at, Bob? Wave at me somewhere. Oh, there, you're right here. I'm looking for Bob. Bob's somewhere out there. I don't know where Bob is. Where's Lillian? I can't find either one of them. Would you do 2? Tell you what, if you go 7,000, he'll give away 2. 1 to you and 1 to him. Will you go 7? You'll do it? 2. I sold 2 at 7,000. What? Wait, what? I did not see you. Oh, so I did not see you. Okay. Okay.
Heidi's in the game.
What's that? You're. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, Heidi.
You want to do a third? Would you do a third at 7? All right, we'll do a third at 7,000 if you'll do it. They'll do a third if you'll do $7,000. Done. 7. How about that, folks? I think.
I'm gonna fall down.
You're gonna fall
Just
down?
Don't talk to me, Jay.
Okay. You want me to keep talking, honey? I'll keep talking. You guys are awesome, by the way. Absolutely fantastic. You guys cannot tell you thank you enough. All of you have been amazing. Thank you. Go ahead.
All right, you got a full schedule today. We still have a handful of networking lunch tickets left. If you want to go to the networking lunch, enjoy your sessions, and we'll see you back here sharp at 4:10 for the closing.